The reason you're seeing this video is because you are asking God for a more connected life. Maybe you've been feeling disconnected from reality, from yourself, from other people, from your potential, from God, from spirituality, from the present moment, whatever it is. This video will help you find that connection. And so right now you might be feeling not only disconnected, but this wavering in your emotional state, where sometimes you feel really high and then other times you might feel a drop in your vibration, and then you feel a little apathetic or pessimistic or a little bit anxious or uncertain about who you are and why you're here. So we're going to get into this video. If this is your first time tuning in, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Daniel. I'm happy to have you here. Okay, so right now you are being pulled by your highest self, and I know you feel that tug. You're being pulled by your highest self into another life path, one that is more aligned for you. And this is a natural process, but here's the thing. If you are resisting being pulled, if you're not surrendering to where life wants to take you, because life is constantly moving, energy is constantly getting faster, frequency is always rising, this universe is constantly expanding. So God is pulling you along while you're just on this raft of grace and you're being tugged along into another timeline. But if you are resisting and not fully surrendering and trusting, you're going to be left behind. Because like I said, this world is constantly expanding and frequency is always rising. So if you are staying where you're staying, you're actually falling behind. And the thing is, life, if it has not already taught you this lesson, it will. You can learn one of two ways, the easy way or the hard way. In other words, you can learn through presence, being present and understanding and having comprehension of the situation and why it's occurring, or you can learn through pain, hardship, difficulty, panic attacks. And God right now is asking you, how do you want to learn this lesson? Do you want to be pulled or do you want to be pushed? That was the question you needed to be asked today. Do you want to be pulled into your higher timeline? Because just by you being present and sitting in your own energy, you can feel that tug and you can get visions of the future. And you can get pulled into this gracefully, or you can get pushed by your inner child, pushed by karmic situations out of where you are because it is not a frequential or energetic match anymore. This is going to help you out. I have a visual aid to help me out here. Let me switch this around because we're not taking the blue pill. We're taking the red pill, right? So this rubber band represents your emotional state. And notice how the closer these two markers are to each other, the more wobbly, the more loose this rubber band is. So people with no vision, if you don't have vision for your life, that requires clarity. And for clarity, please see my first YouTube video. If you have no vision, if you are simply living for the weekend, well, the day-to-day is going to have a lot of fluctuation. There's going to be a lot of turbulence in your emotional state. But notice what happens when you live past the weekend. And guess what? Your soul wants that. You are not only a physical, emotional, and mental being, but you also have spiritual aspects to yourself. And the aspect of yourself that is spiritual, what it wants the most, what it needs and what it craves, and the reason it caused you to exist is so that you could leave a legacy. Damn. Yeah. And this message isn't for everyone because very few people are tapped into their spiritual aspect, and even fewer are called to have a legacy that goes beyond them existing here on earth. Some people just were born knowing that they were destined to be remembered decades and centuries after they were born or after they pass. Crazy. Okay, so the longer term your vision is for your life, the more stabilized this energy is going to be, or your current energetic state, your current vibration, your current mental and emotional state. And so you will see in your life right now that people who lack vision, as the Bible says, if you lack vision, you will perish, right? Because the closer you are, the more wobbly it gets. But the longer term you can think, the more stable you can become. I mean, think about this like in relationships. If you are thinking long term with someone, you're not caught up in, oh, what should I text them right now? What should I say? Did I say this the wrong way, or did I overtext here? No, you're more certain about yourself. You're more confident in yourself, and you're actually a little bit more patient. So notice the energy of where you are here, the franticness, the rushing, the stress of not being stabilized versus the groundedness of being tethered. And again, this red pill, which is your truth, is either going to be pulled out of you or pushed out of you. So right now, do you want to be gently pulled, or do you want to, by pain, be pushed out of a job that hates you and a job that you hate? A relationship that doesn't feel safe, a connection that was never reciprocal and could never be reciprocal because people have free will and some people choose to look at themselves and other people simply do not. They look to others to feel better, but because they're using other people to feel better, they will hurt them unconsciously in the process. Because if you do not love yourself, you can only be a harm to other people. Anyway, the longer term you think, the more of a legacy you're able to leave behind because you're thinking past yourself, the longer this goes, the more selfless you need to think. That's a major key right there. The longer version, or the longer your vision is, the longer term your vision is for your life, the more selfless you need to think. And the more selfless you are, the more abundance you're going to attract, by the way. And then the more stable you become. And so the day to day, the arguments, nothing really phases you. I think right now, what you need, what we all need, is this grand vision, this sense of direction for our life to help give our life meaning. So you can feel connected once again to the truth of who you are. But this truth isn't going to be found passively through just waiting around for a vision from God. You're going to have to take steps. You're going to have to show God that you want to leave a legacy. So I hope this video was helpful. If you're feeling this wavering energy in your emotional state, set a vision for yourself. Go try things. Go meet people who inspire you. Those are other ways to gently pull yourself out of a lower frequency and to skyrocket into a higher timeline. If this video was helpful at all, please leave a like. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.